Hello, welcome to the discussion panel today. My name is Harold Covington Jr. along with my two guests today. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Melissa.
All right. Today's topic is the state of music. So, guys, basically, I'm just going to ask you guys questions about music, and you're going to give your opinions on it today. Who are some of the most influential artists of all time? It can be any genre or generation.
I'm a very politically active person. I think the most influential artist of all time, John Legend, Imagine, is probably one of the most influential songs ever written, songwriting wise. Marvin Gaye, Mercy Me, What's Going On, Wake Up, also very huge. And from this generation, definitely Tupac, Common, India.Arie. Those are definitely the heavy hitters to me personally.
Of all time, I'd have to say I agree. John Lennon, one of the most influential. Before that, you'd have to say Elvis Presley, just because he gave the Beatles what they needed to start their music on. And really, from this generation, I have to say Wayne Coyne and the Flaming Lips.
Do you guys believe that music has become too predictable and washed down compared to music from in the past, where you did have people like a John Lennon or people like Marvin Gaye, where the music wasn't too simple because it always had a messaging? Do you feel like today's music is just too washed down and don't really have a message to it?
Yes and no. I mean, I feel like to a certain extent, yes, but if you listen to all the songs from back then, some of them didn't stand for anything either. Like Donald Glover says it when he does his stand-up. He's like, okay, 80s rap, to be honest, is no different than today's rap. 80s rap was like, what, I went to the store, bought a hat. It wasn't as violent, but there were just as many pointless songs as there are now.
That's true, but I also have artists from the 60s and 70s like Frank Zappa who just sing about retarded things that have no impact on anything.
All right. Has the internet, because we as young people use the internet a lot. Do you guys believe that the internet has changed the way that we view and appreciate music? I mean, because now today, if you have the internet, it's so easy to access music. You don't even have to go and really buy an album like back in the days, where you had to go and buy the album to listen to the music and know what's on there. Nowadays, you can just go on the internet, listen to an album, and really download it if you know how to download it illegally. So do you think that the internet has changed the way that we view and appreciate music?
No, of course. But if we didn't have the internet, I would probably not know half of the artists that I listen to on a regular basis. I would have no idea who they are or what any of their songs sound like.
I agree. I mean, I also think that the internet, it lets us kind of branch out. Whereas the things that you hear on the radio, those aren't really what most people listen to. Like, I can turn on a rap station and hear like Lil Wayne. I don't really like him, but I can check out YouTube or whatever and hear Common and hear something totally different. So I won't say it's given us a greater appreciation for music, I think, because it's giving us a vaster bank of music. And even just looking at kids here at MT that major in music, they have a way to get their music out there, and you have a way to listen to that music, and you see them on campus and you're like, hey, I listened to your song, it's a good song, man. You wouldn't be able to do that if you didn't have internet.
That's true.
Okay. So then, in that perspective, is music our universal language?
I think music has always been the universal language. Some of the oldest languages in the world, from the island of Sri Lanka and India, just sound like birdsong, and there's nothing else that you can compare it to.
I agree. I think just looking at, you can play a song in any country and people can vibe to it, and I've seen that with myself. I'm from Amsterdam and I listen to a lot of Dutch music, and I can put on a Dutch record and most of my friends will be like, wait, what? But after a while they're like, okay, I don't get it, but I can vibe to the beat. I can go with this.
Yeah, you don't even have to understand the language that the song is in order to get what the song's about.
That is true. There's been a lot of times where I've listened to a song myself and I have they're saying. But once you start hearing the beat and you start feeling it, you can't stop it sometimes. Alright, so we live in a generation today where music videos used to be a thing of the past, which is kind of weird to say because, you know, back in the day you had BET and MTV and VH1 that would play music videos a lot. Today, if you're lucky, you'll see a music video at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, or you'll have to watch 106 in Park to watch your music video. Are channels like BET and MTV having a negative impact on the way we view music videos?
No, because they really don't even play music videos anymore. So we don't really have anything to judge them on as far as whether or not they should be called music channels.
I think in a way they are, because a lot of times videos are released for songs and no one knows there's a video out. Everyone, and you're like randomly on Twitter and you're like, wait, there's a music video to that? And for me, and a lot of videos, there's a lot of concept behind it. There's a lot of idea, and I think that the whole point of BET, MTV, VH1 was to bring that out and to not let that go to waste. And currently, they're letting it go to waste.
And now even the Fuse channel doesn't even play that many music videos anymore either.
But I mean, do you think that music videos are important though? I mean, or is that just something that...
In certain ways, yes, they're kind of important, but there are certain music videos that are giving music videos a bad name too. Like the ones that have nothing to do with the song and aren't even artistic renderings of any idea.
I think that certain songs, videos are important, especially songs that are making a message. I think Erykah Badu had that big controversy with her window seat video. But I think that it was an important time for her because she wanted to make a really big political stance, a really big personal stance. And it was an important video to see, especially with a lot of the music out. It's easier to get the point of the song, I think. And that's more from a person who listens to more underground stuff. Because, okay, some songs you're not going to have a point with or without a video. It's still a pointless song. But other songs, it's like, okay, you know, a video is supposed to be cool. And some videos are just cool. Like California Girls, Katy Perry. That was just a cool video. It was a weird video.
I wouldn't say cool. Really there's a couple of other words that you can describe it, but I can't say those on TV.
California Girls, that was an experience. All right. So, all right. Now, this question I think is going to get a little bit of people a little bit hot about it, but that's the reason why I'm giving you guys the chance to give your opinions. Which artists do you feel are the least deserving of their spots in the music industry?
You got anything on this one?
I personally feel like Lil Wayne. I mean, I think that he's a very overhyped artist. His whole "I'm the best rapper alive" scheme is foolishness. I can, off the top of my head, name about 10 that are better rappers than he is, and that say more than he does.
So can I.
And
they're probably not even the same
he's
thing.
not, he's not the best rapper alive, and I feel the same way about, like, even Rick Ross. I think he's a better artist than Wayne, but there's such a hype around him where if you actually sit back and listen to his music, you're just sort of like, I mean, I won't say you have no talent, but you're not as amazing as everyone says you are either.
And I would have to say the exact same thing about the Insane Clown Posse. They really deserve no part in music.
I think you guys see that face. All right, well, all right. So both of you guys said that you guys could name at least 10 rappers. So give me 3 that are better than Lil Wayne right now.
I think Common is a better rapper than Lil Wayne right now. Eminem will always take a top, and I think T.I. I think T.I. has way more meaningful music and a better flow.
I think Jedi Mind Tricks, Immortal Technique, and Tech 9.
Immortal Technique is amazing.
Oh, God. Tech 9. It's been a while since I listened to some Tech 9. We can go and listen to that today. All right, so one of the things that makes music very important, music experience very important, is listening to the radio. But as you know, today's radio, especially here in Nashville, is very
I like country music. I can dig Nashville.
Actually,
Okay, well, yeah.
Nashville radio is awesome if you know what stations to listen to.
Okay, so then you guys kind of answered the question, which is, do you listen to the radio? And then why or why not if you do listen to the radio?
Well, I listen to the radio because they do more than just the music. They have interviews. They give you news on what's happening in the music industry.
It's true.
I listen because most of my friends don't listen to country music. So I can't get on Twitter and like find out what the latest song is, or on Tumblr, which I do for like every other genre of music. So I blast the radio just to see what's new in the country world, and because they give away free concert tickets.
That too.
It's
I mean,
a very great
I have
incentive
the
to
same
listen.
thing. Most of my friends listen to hardcore metal, and I'm really not into that.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Do you think that people don't know a lot about radio as far as what it could bring because they only listen to one type of music? Or do you think it's something where people are just too lazy to go and try to listen to different types of music, but listen to different radio stations?
I think it's more of a uncertainty as far as listening to different kinds of music. You don't really know what to expect, so you don't know if you actually want to take that risk of hating it and just losing part of your life to spending that time.
I think it's lack of lyrics for a lot of people. People that'll be like, you know, oh, country music is horrible. They don't say anything. They're all like overly patriotic. But most of the songs aren't really like that. And if you listen to the lyrics, they actually say really meaningful stuff. That's why I love country music.
Yeah, like
They
the greatest
actually-
country music artist of all time, Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I will give you that. And even just things today, Tim McGraw's Southern Voice is a very lyrically inspired song that anybody from the South, like any race, can vibe with. I think Southern Voice is a song where he talks about Billy Graham and Rosa Parks and everything about the South. I like it because he talks about Memphis and barbecue.
Billy Graham is.
He's a televangelist.
Okay.
But there's that lack of lyrics. It's just you're told your whole life in a sort of sense that, hey, you know, black people don't listen to country music. So that's what you go with. You hear a country station, you're like, without even really opening up and being like, okay, maybe I should try, you know, just to hear the lyrics, see what it's about.
I find that funny too because one of my best friends, her dad is the stereotypical large black man, and his favorite band is Alabama.
Really?
Yes.
I think that Darius Rucker opened up doors for us, man.
He did.
I heard his first, like I first saw his first video on CMT, and I was just like, yes.
Oh.
I was a bit surprised that Hootie made the jump to country music.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I love me some Faith Hill. Okay, so music today, it seems like an image is really pushed in a lot of different genres. Like you have to have a certain look, a certain way that you do things, a certain way you present yourself. Is having an image, in you guys' opinion, the most important aspect of becoming a successful music artist today?
No, I don't think so. I mean, in the industry, yeah, it probably is, but I don't think it's that important to me as to whether or not I think an artist would be successful.
I think in the industry, as far as record sales, people actually requesting your music, it is, because it's one of those things where you either have to fit neatly into the square box or try so hard to be outside of it. Like, you have the rappers who fit neatly into the box, and then you have Lil Wayne over here with his zebra print leggings, which is trying too hard to be out of the box. Like, you're way left field and trying to be different.
Like Hobson.
Yeah, it's so weird. Or like in pop artists, you have people that fit very squarely into this box of pop
Bubblegum
singers,
Girls.
right? And then you have Lady Gaga, who tries entirely too hard to the point where you're just like, oh look, she has something retarded on. Continuing on with my life now. That tries so hard to make a statement. Like, you either, there is no in between anymore. Where you have rappers like Childish Gambino, who are like just average, everyday people that completely get overlooked because it's like, okay, you don't fit in the box and you're not 500 miles outside of the box, so we don't want it. I think rappers who don't fit into that box get overlooked, even if they're super talented. Like, I think Common is an overlooked rapper. Who else can I think of that doesn't fit? The Roots, I think, are overlooked by our generation. Amazingly overlooked for the talent that they have. And it's sort of like, can we just have normal people? Like, I'm from Amsterdam, and I'm a huge Dutch rap fan, and that's always my contention. I was like, oh, why do you think Dutch rap is better? I'm like, because you can have a little short guy that's like 5'7" with red hair, freckles, and glasses and a master's degree be a super hot selling Dutch rapper because that's normal. It's like, hey, you're a normal person, but you have talent, so we vibe with that. In the States, it's like,
The people that do try really hard to be outside the box and are actually successful at that become successful artists as well, like the Flaming Lips. When you have Wayne Coyne in concert going out over the crowd in a plastic UFO, that's way outside the box, but it works for him.
yeah, I mean, it works for Lady Gaga too, I think. To an extent, it's a little annoying after a while. But, you know, it works. You find what works for you.
At least the thing with the Flaming Lips is they don't have the same song over and over again trying to paint it as something different. They actually have different messages behind
Do
the
you
song.
guys think Lady Gaga has the same song over and over again?
Yes.
Pretty much. I mean, I cannot name one of her songs where I feel like she said something profound. Poker Face is a very catchy, interesting song. I like the lyrics to it. And after that, it was just really like,
Her
okay.
music
Bad
is so
romance.
predictable. Her music is so predictable.
Lyrically, I mean, Alejandro was a great statement video-wise.
I mean, even the videos
Song-wise,
are
it's
predictable
horrible,
too.
but-
Because I'm watching paparazzi, and at the very beginning, they're standing out by the window. I'm like, he's gonna push her off the balcony. What happened next? He pushed her off the balcony.
Well, that is very predictable. Who are some normal artists, since we were talking about them, you guys think get overlooked, but are very talented and really more talented than the mainstream artists today?
The Decemberists.
Which genre is that?
Alternative indie.
I definitely think Childish Gambino, he's getting a little more traction now, but he's been out for a good while, and he's completely overlooked. Childish Gambino is one. I think even just, God, his name is on the tip of my tongue and I can't. It's not coming to me. Kendrick Lamar is getting a lot more recognition now because Ab Soul's album came out and like blew up, and they run within the same circle. So I feel like they're artists who get a little traction, but not as much as I feel like they deserve. Kayla, she's a female artist who, I mean, she is amazing. That is one person whose mixtape I can throw on and listen to like the full thing track to track, and I'm always on YouTube like more songs, more songs, more songs. But she gets no mainstream recognition at all. Like, she does all self-promotion. You see her on Twitter, she's like, hey, I dropped this song. But mainstream, you'll never hear a Kayla song on the radio. And I think that's a travesty because she's an amazing, amazing artist. And we don't really have female MCs that, like, bring it like that. Because I think Nicki doesn't count to me. She's great, but she doesn't count as, like, a female rapper that's like, you're the next Lauryn Hill type.
I don't think there'll ever be a next one.
There needs to be, man.
There will never be.
And in country music, there's an artist, Angie Aparo, who had a really big song about 10 years ago. Maybe it was actually 12 years ago. But then, after that song, he dropped off the charts because Five for Fighting came out, and everybody loved that so much more because the song was Superman, came out right after 9/11. And that song blew up, and Angie Aparo went by the wayside by the major labels.
Yeah, I think Gloriana, I saw them for the first time. I went to go see Taylor Swift in concert. Don't judge me. I was in high school. I went to go see Taylor Swift in concert, and her opening act was Kelly Pickler, but before Kelly Pickler was Gloriana. And I downloaded their album, and they're such a great band, but they unfortunately came out the exact same time as Lady Antebellum, and Lady Antebellum blew up. Because that same year I went to go see Lady Antebellum in concert in Kentucky, and they blew up and completely overshadowed Gloriana. And like, the last time I saw Gloriana, they were performing at CMT, but not like during the award show. They were on a side stage, like when the break was starting, you saw them, and it was just like, but they're really, really good. Like they deserve to be up there too. Why are they on the stage? I don't understand.
It's crazy. Frank Ocean is my person. Frank Ocean.
Ah, yeah. I want to hear more mainstream. Channel Orange is
amazing.
It is. Bad Religion, Pink Matter.
Bad Religion.
Have you heard Bad Religion?
I mean, I've heard a song, Bad Religion. No, actually, no, I haven't. It was a band called Bad Religion.
The way he tells the story in that song is... yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
2 questions left, y'all. Alright. Who are some of the icons of the music world today?
Like of our generation?
Yes. Icons.
Well,
Let me give you an example before you guys answer, because I asked somebody this question, they were like, what are you talking about? You had Michael Jackson, he was living, Elvis Presley, the Beatles, people like that.
People that like, our kids are gonna be like.
Exactly. They're gonna be like that person. It's like,
I mean, much as it pains me to say it, I'm gonna have to say an icon today is Justin Bieber.
Unfortunately. It's very, very unfortunate.
Justin Bieber?
Yes, he is huge. And he
Okay,
has
you
been
know
huge
how,
for
okay,
years.
looking at our generation, I mean, for us, the Backstreet Boys. I mean, they're iconic. They started this whole boy band.
Yeah.
Boy band.
I mean, I can dig on some Backstreet Boys.
They are the most iconic boy band.
Well,
probably.
except maybe NSYNC.
I think Backstreet Boys. Is
No, I think NSYNC.
I mean, NSYNC was was bigger commercially, but Backstreet Boys were so much better.
Yeah, but I mean,
if I would say
Justin Timberlake and Sync, those are icons. Britney Spears, and looking now, I mean, Justin Bieber does look to be the next Justin Timberlake. It's horrible, and I'm very, very appalled by the thought of
I mean,
my kids looking.
I'm not
Amira
gonna hate
going.
on Bieber because he knows his audience, he sells to them, and he's doing
I don't
his
think
thing.
I mean, I think he's a typical boy band act, though. I feel like once he hits like 20, it's gonna be like.
At least he's not doing stuff like Kids in the Hall. Or not Kids in the Hall, New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block was a horrible boy band.
It pains me to say Lil Wayne will probably be a very iconic rap artist.
I mean,
The next generation is definitely gonna look at his album sales and be like, okay, this guy. Just like we looked at. I don't want to put them in the same sentence.
well, see, Lil Wayne isn't really a bad artist. He's actually really good. It's just him claiming that he's the greatest, like he's some Muhammad Ali of rap.
I don't think.
I mean, what about?
I mean, if you listen to his older albums, like the Carter One with Go DJ,
I don't.
I mean,
I love WTF.
Something about Go DJ. Hey, that's my DJ. That's sort of like. Okay.
or
that's
The Block
cool.
is Hot.
That is a classic song. That is a very classic song. But I think even on the level of, I think Eminem will
Eminem.
be an icon for.
He's already an icon for our generation, not just the future.
I think just it, as a rapper, he really broke the mold. I was hoping to hear more Asher Roth. I want him to be like the next one.
All right, y'all. We have to kind of wrap it up with
Okay.
this last question. What do you guys consider to be good music, and what are some characteristics of good music?
Good music to me is something that you can turn on and listen to it over and over again and not get tired of it.
Good music to me is all about lyrical content. If I feel like you're saying something profound, doesn't even have to be political, but just something. When I listen to lyrics, I'm like, okay, some real thought went into this. Like, you put some time in this, and I can vibe to this. Because a lot of songs out now, I'm like, so you wrote this song in 15 minutes while high, while looking at a Coke can. That is where this song came from.
This song is about
Like-
the color red and brown
That is-
fizzy drinks.
This is one of those moments like Black and Yellow. It's one of those songs where you're just like, okay,
Did
you
you
could
even
not have
try?
written that song sober, and it did not take you longer than 5 minutes to come up with a concept. Where songs like Bad Religion, Frank Ocean, I'm just like, okay, so much thought went into this song. Like, the whole Channel Orange album, and even Nostalgia Ultra, Strawberry Swings, American Wedding, the lyrics to them, we're just like, okay, dude, like, you can, it's in everyday language, But it's one of those moments where it's like, where did you learn to write like this? And it's so cool because they brought it down to your level, to where it's like, it's not scripted, and you know it's not scripted, but it seems so scripted.
I mean, it's like the same with the Crane Wife album from the Decemberists. There's songs on there that are just like, how did you come up with this? I can't see any way of ever making something like that.
All right, y'all. Well, this has been very fun. Do you guys have any final thoughts about your states of music or just music today?
Well, I just have to say, my final thought, seek out and listen to the Decemberists.
My final thought is, don't just rely on the radio or your friends, YouTube, Tumblr. Look up stuff for yourself, you know, find what vibes for you, Google stuff, and branch out. Don't just stick to one genre of music. Listen to a little bit of everything, because you'll learn something about every sort of person.
Well, you guys, this has been very fun. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you for coming on the panel first off and sharing you guys' opinions. And thank you guys for watching. This has been the first ever discussion panel with the State of Music. And we will be back for another panel at another time. But until then, I am Harold Covington Jr. saying peace out.